Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to jump around a bunch in this video. It's mostly going to be about the tractor. I'll put an index here in the video to give you markers in case you want to just jump ahead to see whatever topics interest you. First things first though, the roof leak. I mean, come on. How did no one tip me off to the fact that I had a hole in my shed roof? It's hard to see the exact hole there, but you can sort of see it. A limb punched through a shingle, fell out of the tree and punched through. It's been like that all winter. And I've filmed several videos. You can see the water line, how it kind of soaked around there. No major damage. I patched it from the top, and I think we're in good shape now. But come on, guys, you got to be more eagle-eyed than that. The ballast box, that's the next little clip I've got here for you. I'm going to show you the ballast solution I have on the tractor. Okay, you saw a ballast box on the pallet and kind of how it's shipped. I'll show it to you here close up. I've got some scrape mark there. There's a couple on it. Otherwise, it's in good shape. What I ended up doing was I put pavers in, and these were 48 cents a piece, and I tried them every which way. I tried pavers, I tried the concrete brick, I tried the clay brick, and I stacked them this way, this way, and this ended up being the most efficient. It's about 190 pounds, and they're packed in there pretty tight. That's as tight as I could get them, and that's enough ballast. So I've carried the concrete sections, which I'll put a picture of that in now. I've carried, as much weight as the loader would take, and this has been enough ballast. So we got the ballast box itself, 130 pounds, plus about 190 pounds of pavers. My tires are loaded, and then that thing right there, my fat butt. And that's enough, I think, for as much weight as that I'm ever probably going to put on this thing. So that's what I ended up doing for the ballast solution. And if you have any questions about this Titan ballast box, it's like exact dimensions or anything like that, just post it in the comments. I'm not going to go in. I've measured and did all kinds of stuff, and I'm not going to go into any more details. But the only other thing I'll say is I've got enough room in there now. This is like a little storage box, see? So I'm going to get a maybe better toolbox, but I've got a couple tools there, and a couple things I can carry around with me as I'm going around the yard doing stuff. All right, so then I had 10 hours into it. I had to do things like checking wheel torque and bolt torque and greasing and, just kind of a general inspection. So I want to show you what I did with the Zerk fitting on the hydrostatic pedal that would initially not accept grease at all. It's hard to tell here, but it's what I did. I took that Zerk out and I shaved a little bit off the end of it. So we'll see if that does the trick. And it does do it. I could probably take a little bit more off because you can see it's still pretty tight. But here it is coming out right there. It's coming out the end. And that is the new grease for sure. So shaving just a little bit off of the tip of that Zerk gives it enough space. I tried doing it just with the Zerk unthreaded some, but it's really not ideal to be clamping your grease gun onto a loose Zerk fitting. So I've got a set of pallet forks too. I don't really have good video of those in action. I'm going to show them to you now on the pallet when they got shipped here. And I'm also going to show you just a couple short clips of me taking the sidewalk to the old shed out. And then I'm telling you, those pallet forks are just handy too. So I needed to move the old truck snow plow, pallet forks. Here's a picture of that, right? I needed to take the ladder out to the end of the driveway. Carry it out? Nope. Pallet forks. See, just carried it out all the way, took care of what I needed to do. Come on back. So, you know, the tractor's a back saver. That's how I look at it. I've also used, so not the pallet forks, the bucket in this case, to push some logs around, move some dirt. And I'll show you a little bumpy ride I took with it. Yeah, that was a bumpy ride. So I quit. That day was one of those days where it's like that happened and it threw me forward, and my back's still like not like perfect, you know. So I got to be careful what I'm doing. And as soon as that happened, I said I'm done, right? Because I really didn't intend for it to happen. You know, I clamped onto one of the roots with the bucket and it just slipped. All right, so I think I mentioned torques. I checked the torques. I'll show you a video of that now, along with a quick little update on the bucket level indicator. So I had someone asking about the bucket level indicator. So here's the aluminum rod with the final product. You know, it's in there pretty snug, but, you know, still has flexibility for the actual level mark. This is a grippy and it was a little loose. So I just put some tape on the other side. I'm good with that for now. I might put a bend in it to indicate level, or I might just paint it or take, you know, I don't know. You know, that's where I'm at right now on the bucket level indicator. So then the other thing, I'm at 12.5 hours now. So I checked all the torques on bolts. So the loader mounts, these were tight. The back two there were a little loose. So I had to tighten those up. I also checked the ones behind this rear tire here. You can kind of see them down there and make sure they were tight. I couldn't find the torque spec for these, so I just kind of made sure they were, you know, snug. But yeah, I did all that, greased everything up. Oh, of course, checked the wheel lug torques as well. Okay, so one more thing. Parking it. Now I'll put the manual reference in the corner of the video here. They say depressurize. This is in the FL 1805 manual. It says after work, so after you're done working, depressurize the hydraulic system. So that's it. That means move the lever in all positions and hold, you know, for 3 seconds. So that's what I do. I guess the other impact there is that it runs the pistons in all the way, which is probably a good thing. So they don't, you know, rust or corrode. Not that this thing sits around long enough to corrode. The other thing I did was I got the service manual for the tractor. I haven't really needed it yet, but I might, right? It's like 30 some bucks or whatever. So it was a PDF, did not have optical character recognition, so you can do text search, and it was password protected. So that was a problem, but there's a way around that. If you run into that problem, let me know. I can fix it, or I can tell you how to fix it. It was also missing the hydro, let's see, yeah, the hydro diagram on page 382 was just blank. Other than that, pretty good. Once I was able to unpassword protect it, I was able to shift some things around, put some page designations right up front, so it's easy to know what PDF page number is like the engine section and the brake section and the PTO section, you know, and all of that. So I'll put a couple snips here in the video just showing like what the manual looks like. So that worked out great. And then parts. I thought about getting the parts manual, but I haven't done it yet. Instead, what I did, I went to the AGCO site, and you filter by tractor, and it brings up 12 results. and then you'd load more, load more, load more, load more. Well, 1,218, items later, every result loaded, and I printed in PDF that. So that's sort of like a part index. It's not super helpful because, it'll be like O-ring for what? Relay for what, right? You know the part number, you know the price if you pick an e-commerce dealer, but you don't know, the diagram, like, what goes where. But, maybe I'll buy the parts diagram at some point as well. Oh, and the last thing. So my neighbor Steve, he got the Messix turnbuckle, telescoping turnbuckles. Loves them. They're like $200, maybe a little less. I'm on the waiting list for the fall to get the Mark Hodges telescoping turnbuckles. Again, like $200. I don't know if I'm going to go through with it. And the reason is I changed to screw in D-shackles. And that enables me to spread the 3-point bars and then close them in just by removing the shackle. The original style shackle had a cotter pin holding it in, and I'll show you a video, cut to a video of that now. All right, so there's the turnbuckles on the 3-point. Here's the original shackle that was in there, D-shackle, and it had a pin and took a cotter pin. So if you wanted to take this out, like getting that cotter pin out, it's kind of a pain. And really taking them out is kind of convenient because you take one out, you can spread these bars to get, them on your implement. So what I did was I bought these stainless steel D-shackles. They've got the screw pin. I'm not going to take it out or it's going to fall out. And if I want to, spread the 3-point bars, I just unscrew this and the whole thing drops out. Now, I might need to do an adjustment periodically, but more times than not, you just need to spread them just to get them on the pins. And especially if I get a quick hitch, which I am thinking about doing. So that's the solution. Oh, and they're 1,600 pound capability, so they're fine. And the only downside is that you do have to check them every now and then because they will come unscrewed. And I guess you could, this little hole here, you could like maybe wire that down so it doesn't come unscrewed. But it's really not that big of a deal. You're going around checking grease fittings. Just, check that. Make sure it's tight and do it, of course, on both sides. So yeah, so see, that's pretty good. Minimal downside as well. So I think that's about it. So that's the update. I appreciate you watching. Oh, no, there is one more thing. YouTube is monetizing my videos. I'm not monetizing my videos. So a couple videos back, I joked about how everyone says, comment, like, subscribe. And I said, well, I don't really care. I'm just doing it for fun. Well, now that I know YouTube's making money off of my content, and I'm not making money off my content, I'm going to say, please comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Because if I'm making, I'll tell you right now, if I'm making money, minimal, obviously. I'm no Mike Morgan, right? Off YouTube, every dime I make is going right back into the channel. And I'm not talking about like goodies for me for the tractor. I'm talking like I'll get better camera equipment or tripods, or absolutely. That's my promise to you. Any money I make goes right back into trying to make better content. And I know I'm not great at this whole, video making thing and talking and, putting together a perfect continuous story and stuff. But hey, I do my best and I really have fun doing it. And I really hope you guys enjoy. So comment, like, subscribe. Talk to you guys later. See ya.